Steak 101. This is a dry-aged bone-in ribeye. The difference between this and the steak you get at the supermarket is all that white stuff you see in there, which is called marbling. It's fat. If you think that the steak you get from the supermarket is the same as the steak you get from Ruth Chris, Morton's, Prime 112, the prime rib, you don't know what you're talking about. The amount of salt that I'm using is going to be alarming to you. Alarming. But take my word for it. You need it because you lose a lot when you cook it. And you also want, if you leave it there long enough, for it to seep into the meat. So there's a couple of ways to cook this. I'm not sure there's many ways, but the way I do it is called the reverse sear method, which is when you take the meat, put it in the oven, 205 degrees, bring the internal temperature up into the low hundreds, and then you take it off, put it in whatever environment you want it, a super high heat cast iron pan, under your broiler, whatever it is, to get it to the final temperature you want, medium well, medium rare, whatever that might be. So the next thing you'll see is what it looks like after I have done that. After I've brought it up to a temperature in the low hundreds. I'm going to assume anywhere between, let's say, 100 and 106, 107, because I really don't want it to be any higher than that, because the amount of external heat I'm going to put on it's going to be a lot, and it will radiate to the middle. Now, if you're a rookie, any rookie that wants to make good steak, you need to get one of these. This is an instant read thermometer. I might have paid maybe $10, $15 for it. But it's a game changer because it allows you to start making your food, your proteins, chicken, fish, pork, veal, lamb, and using science to dictate end results. What does this say? 104, okay? So basically I have about 20 degrees to play with, and I'm going to put it in this super hot pan. I would strongly suggest that you not do this inside your house. If you got one of those exhaust fans that sit underneath your microwave, you might as well go outside and get some wet leaves and bring it in the kitchen and light that shit on fire, because that's exactly what you're doing. You can't evacuate the amount of smoke this is going to create inside your house. All right, so let me tell you a quick story while I'm doing this. I got a good friend of mine. He's married. He calls me and says, "Hey, bro, listen, I'm gonna make this steak for my family, and I bought this steak from Mr. Meat, and I wanted to know what to do with it." I said, "Well, what did you buy?" He said, "I bought a steak." I said, "What kind of steak?" He said, "I don't know." I said, "Well, look at the package. It'll tell you." So he says, "It doesn't say anything. It just says steak." And I said, "Well, how much did you pay for it?" He said, $4.99, brother. Dog, if you paid $4.99 for a steak for your family, you might as well go up in your closet, cut the top of your shoe off, and put the bottom part of the shoe on the plate of your family, because that you get what you pay for. So right here, I took some clarified butter, some garlic, some rosemary. All I'm trying to do is extract the flavor from these, which is going to happen fast because the pan is so hot. So hot to us, you, me, 500 degrees, 550. The steakhouse, 1,500, 1,800 degrees. You cannot replicate that in your house. I don't care what you do. So I'm taking the garlic out here because if the garlic burns, it leaves a bitter taste, and we don't want that. So I'll take the garlic out. I will use a spoon and ladle some of the juices over. This is what the steak looks like when it's done. You got to let it rest for like 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, right? So that the juices don't run out. Anybody that eats their steak well done, good for you, okay? But a lot of people do not. And the way I do it is I make it so that it's rare or medium rare. And if you're at my house and you say, "Well, you know what, Tony, I like my steak well done," I could always take your steak and go put it in a pan and bring it up to where you want. But for those of us that like steak to be medium well, medium rare, this is how I do it. This came out phenomenal. The instant read thermometer put me right where I wanted to be, and I've become very good at doing this. And all you got to do is look at my face. I don't need to say anything else. Dry-aged ribeye. You get what you pay for.
What's going on?
What's a redneck?
What's a redneck?
And I'm asking you for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Number one, because you're white. Number two, I've been in your truck. Ain't no Drake.
Let him answer the question.
Ain't none of that in there. So I'm just curious from a white person, what is your definition of a redneck?
Well, first of all, you can be black and a redneck.
Okay.
It is stereotyped without a doubt white because you've just talked about 99.9% of them probably are white, but it's a way of life.
That there's rich rednecks
There are.
and poor rednecks.
But once you're redneck, though, doesn't matter. Rich redneck, you can always stick out.
So what are examples of what defines someone as a redneck?
Country living, meaning like simple things that are made. You don't want brand new boots. You want your boots to be like worn, done, over. You could be that too. It could be just a bunch of different trucks. You don't want to get rid of any of your trucks because they're all part of your kind of growing up. You're passionate about your truck.
Did you see rednecks?
Hell yeah.
No, there's no way you couldn't have.
Hell yeah.
Redneck
And
sticks out.
not only did I see him, but I saw probably every truck modification you can make to a truck. I saw the double lifts. I saw the squatted. I saw
the lights
on the
They would
skirts
do, instead of
everywhere.
buying a nice watch or a nice whatever, they would rather put that money into their
the
truck.
car,
And we're
into the
talking, it's
truck.
not going to be a new truck. You got to have at least 35-inch tires.
Yeah. Some
So
big
it's
shit.
got to be up there. It's got to be jacked. Redneck, if I said, hey, did you get a level kit on that? You'd have no idea what I was talking about.
I have no idea what you're
Redneck
talking
would
about
have.
right now.
All trucks are kind of made so they point down a little bit because they're better, more efficient at. Well, redneck is you got to have it perfectly flat.
Yeah. I
Meaning
see
the
that.
front has got to be the same height as the back. My truck is not. There's a tilt. The front is lower than the back.
You know what? I still honestly, I often think about when you had the train horn in that truck. I thought
That's
that was
redneck.
the sickest shit ever. I thought
But that
was
is a
cool.
redneck move. A
Yeah.
train horn?
Put the train horn
That
in
is
the
a
truck.
redneck thing.
I
Yep.
thought that was cool.
Can I think Devin's going to come by here? You can ask him. His dream car is a black pickup truck, level kit, big 35s, jacked up. That's what he wants. It will get 8 miles to the gallon. That's the car he wants. So redneck is about fishing, having your fishing holes, having your spots to go. Outdoor, your girl's got to be all country. Your girl's got to know how to handle herself. A girl's got to know how to work on a farm and do stuff like that. Because rednecks, they will not look for high end.
A city girl
Nope.
will not jive with a redneck.
It's kind of like taking oil and water, trying to put the two together. Country, not only that, you want to put sod down, she'll roll it down the side. Are you kidding? She'll do everything. She'll put in your plants, your trees, your everything. She might chew chewing tobacco.
Come on, man.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
It's redneck.
Diamonds. in
Oh,
it.
redneck girls too, drink beer. All of them will drink beer.
Come on, man.
Yes. So I've been out on a date before where I remember the girl and I got her a beer and she says, I'm a lady, I don't drink out of a bottle. And I had to get a glass. It's not a redneck girl. Redneck girl prefers can. Give me a can and I'm good. It is.
You know rednecks.
A lot of my teammates were like they lived that
Yes.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one time we had a 6 a.m. practice, and one of my teammates, Benny, he was out hunting the night before.
Yeah.
This motherfucker came in, pulled into the 6 a.m. practice, and had a coyote in the truck bed. Mm-hmm. And
A what?
A coyote. Like he had and he would pull it out like this, and he'd be like, he went straight from his hunting spot
That's
to
a
the
redneck
6 a.m. To the 6 a.m. practice. He didn't go home.
He didn't care that
That's
there
why
was
I
a
was
dead
in the
animal
truck.
in the
Nah. And we were like, yo, what is this? That's when I recognized, like, yeah, there's some characters there.
Oh, shit.
Dude, sick setup. Good to see you, dude.
Yeah, you look good, bro.
You too, man. You too.
You was in here chopping it up and you just missed the redneck
Dude,
conversation.
this is what is this setup?
What's up, man?
How we
You
doing?
got to almost start over.
I might have to.